There are moments in life when silence feels heavier than any spoken word, and the soul finds itself sitting in the deepest corners of its own being, staring at something it cannot name but can feel. Perhaps it is a weariness no one sees, a longing no one understands, a question that has never found an answer. Maybe it is simply that subtle, hidden desire to hear once again a voice the heart has always recognized, but that adulthood tried to quiet. And in that exact moment when everything seems suspended, when existence feels trapped between a yesterday that hurts and a tomorrow that has not yet arrived, something gentle begins to touch you from within, like a breeze that moves slowly, without noise, without asking permission, yet changes the temperature of everything around you. There is a presence that arrives when all the noises are gone, a presence that needs no explanation, for it is the explanation for everything you have not yet understood. And today, perhaps for the first time in a long time, you are about to feel this presence in a different way. Not as a distant concept, not as a religious memory, not as a repeated thought, but as a living, sensitive, personal touch. A touch that enters the soul to ignite light where there is darkness, to restore what was broken, to organize what had been scattered. Maybe you do not realize it yet, but something within you is beginning to move, as if an old door were being opened from the inside. Perhaps God is closer than you imagine, so close that if you paused for a second, you would feel that He has always been there, waiting for the perfect moment to speak to you in a way only your heart could understand. And before this message goes even deeper into what has already begun to touch your soul, let me invite you, gently, to stay close to this voice that calls you. If these words are awakening something inside you, even if only a small spark, allow yourself to walk deeper into this journey. If you feel it, subscribe to this channel. Not as an automatic gesture, but as someone opening a window to let fresh air in. As someone saying to themselves, I need to remember more often what truly matters. Let your heart guide you in this simple, almost silent act that can become a point of encounter between you and God throughout your days. There is something profoundly sacred in the way God approaches the human soul. He does not arrive with noise, demands, or pressure. He comes with gentleness, as someone who knows every crack in the heart, every hidden fear, every old wound. He approaches with patience, because true love never invades. It waits to be welcomed. And it is within that silent welcome that so many lives begin to be restored. Many believe that God reveals Himself only through great events, extraordinary changes, visible miracles. But the truth is that He reveals Himself through details. Small steps, unnoticed moments, thoughts you never shared, tears that fell with no witnesses, that inexplicable feeling that you should go a certain way or avoid another. He speaks through gestures so subtle that most people only perceive them when they look back. But once they perceive it, they understand. They were never alone. Never. There comes a point in the spiritual journey when God begins to call you by name. Not audibly, but deeply. It is a call that echoes within the soul, almost like a memory awakening. As if you were being reminded of who you truly are. A beloved child, deeply wanted, deeply cared for. Not for what you do, but for who you are. And it is within that recognition that something transformative arises. Humility. Not the humility that humiliates, but the humility that frees. The humility that realizes you do not need to carry everything alone. The humility that opens space for the Holy Spirit to reorganize your thoughts, soothe your restlessness, and heal old wounds. The spiritual life is built on small, silent decisions. The decision to trust when everything accuses, to stay when everything exhausts, to quiet yourself when everything screams. And within this interior silence, God speaks. He speaks to the conscience, to the memory, to the emotions. He speaks through peace because peace is the signature of His will. If there is no peace, it is not Him. How many times have you tried to force your life into places that were never meant for you? How many times have you held on to relationships, choices, paths, simply out of fear of letting go, while deep down knowing it was not the place, not the person, not the time? But God does not abandon you when you err. He accompanies you. He sustains you. He waits for you. And when the time is right, he reveals what was hidden. He shows what seemed good on the outside but was rotten within. He illuminates what was confusing. He unmasks illusions you could not see. And he does all of this not to punish you, but to protect you. Evil often appears in beautiful boxes, and once you open them, you see emptiness, rot, deception. God sees the inside, and that is why he prevents you from embracing certain paths. He is not denying your desires, he is preserving your destiny. There are seasons when heaven seems silent, but that silence is not absence, it is preparation. God works in depth. He heals roots, not just branches. He restores what is hidden, not only what is seen. And once he completes his work within you, everything outside begins to align naturally. Heaven is never late. God's timing is a perfect dance between what is seen and unseen. He guides you down paths that reason cannot understand, but that faith recognizes. He leads you to places where you discover that true strength is not in control, but in trust. And perhaps right now, God is calling you to a deeper level of surrender, to trust him in a way you never have, to release burdens you carried for years, to let him be God in areas where you still try to rule. Because in the end, faith is this, resting in a love that does not fail. But now, something begins to stir even more intensely within your soul, as if you are standing before a door about to open. A door you never touched before because you feared what was behind it, and yet deeply wished to know. You feel you are on the verge of a revelation, not a revelation that frightens, but one that calls you, one that whispers, keep going. There is something you must hear. Something in you senses that the true transformation does not happen when the eyes see, but when the heart understands. And you are about to understand something that may change the way you see God and the way you see yourself. There is a key hidden in everything you lived, a key that was always there, but you didn't know how to turn it. And now, within the quiet of this message, that key is finally being placed in your hands. It feels as if heaven itself is bending toward you to reveal a secret. And deeply, you know, you cannot leave before hearing what comes next. The revelation is simple, yet it changes everything. God never abandoned you. Not in the days you gave up on yourself. Not in the nights when sleep wouldn't come. Not in the moments when the pain seemed heavier than the faith. He was there. He walked beside you when you thought you were alone. He held your tears when no one knew you were crying. He lifted you when you felt you couldn't go on. He protected you from choices that would have deeply harmed you. He sustained you when your strength ran out. He carried you when you had no ground left. You have never been a burden to God, never a problem to solve. You have always been a child, deeply loved, deeply wanted, deeply accompanied. And today God is calling you back to a place where your soul can rest. He is calling you near, not to demand from you, not to judge you, not to compare you, but to heal you, to restore abandoned parts of you, to rekindle light where the world tried to extinguish it, to teach you how to walk with lightness, peace, faith, trust, to remind you that He is God and that this is enough. There is a hope you must embrace today. Life has not ended for you. Nothing is lost. Nothing is beyond the reach of grace. Nothing is irreversible when placed in the hands of the one who can do all things. God is calling you to live in a new way, to feel in a new way, to believe in a new way. And this revelation, gentle, deep, true, is what will open a new chapter in your story. Before you go, let this final truth settle gently in your heart. The journey with God is made of small steps, but constant ones. There is no rush, no pressure, just an invitation. And if this message touched your soul, allow the next one to touch it too. There is more the Holy Spirit wishes to reveal to you. And perhaps the next word is exactly the one you need to continue this path of healing and rediscovery. If you wish, keep watching. Stay in this presence. Walk a little further. Heaven is not finished speaking to you yet.